Ladies, hey, congratulations for Holler.
Thank you so much.
Hey, so let's start off with the easy question. Nicole, where did the original idea came from for this fascinating story?
I mean, it came from my life and just growing older and thinking back on my pursuit of an education and what it was like to live in Jackson, Ohio when I was 17 years old, and why I was wanting to go to college so hard. Why was it so hard when I got older and I learned it wasn't that hard for everyone. And I was able to sort of analyze sort of the institutions and things at play that made that difficult for me at the time. I thought it would make an amazing personal film.
Excellent. Jessica, why did you want to do a film like this? This is something different for you, right?
I mean, that's exactly why I wanted to do it. I think that at the time when I read the movie and met Nicole, I really wanted to do something that was going to reconnect me back to like my own working class roots and to represent that side of me that I really hadn't done before. Like, I had played those roles in England, but this movie felt very different. And I met Nicole, and she reminded me so much of the character. I didn't know that any part of it could be, like her life. I didn't know that. I just met her. She reminded me of Ruth. She reminded me of myself. And she was just like this woman that was like telling me that it was going to be really challenging. And like, was I ready to work that hard? And I was like, yes, like I am. Like, I will do this. And I had to work really hard for the role, which always, by the way, that always makes an actor want to do the role more. So, I just wanted to make something that reminded me of myself, really, and I just wanted to reconnect to that.
Absolutely. I love the fact that Ruth's character is not a conventional character because of the fact that she's very strong-willed and confrontational, and not only that, she scraps. Nicole,
Yeah.
how much was scrapping a part of your life, or did you just basically had to put that in for the character?
It was a little bit for the character. It was a part of my life, and that it is a thing that I grew up around in that area, and it's still there, obviously, and it's in places like Detroit and Buffalo, and it's a much larger industry and trade. But I grew up around a lot of people who did that. I mean, I remember taking, like, with family members, bags of cans and things for quick cash to the scrapyard that we filmed at. And I have friends from high school who scrap. I have, it's something that's sort of baked into the DNA of the region. That one aspect of scrapping, isn't specific just to Southeast Ohio. Like I said, that's something that happens in all sorts of pockets in the US. But it was a world that I had access to and knew a lot about, whether I liked it or not.
Jessica, how much training of scrapping did you actually have to learn for this production, particularly with the tools? I mean, I have never scrapped myself, so I wouldn't even know what to do.
You should try it. You would probably love it. Whereabouts do you live?
Right.
Where do you live?
I live here in Fresno, California, so I know a lot of recycling.
Sure, like, you should just find it, go on down. We worked in the scrapyard. The one that's in the movie is a real place, and we went there and we were put through our paces, and we separated the needles from the Coke cans, and we got on with it. And as for the tools, I don't know, like, again, like, directors will tell actors to do things and they just do it, and you don't think about safety, and you just do it because that's how you get to lunchtime, so I never, I just did what Nicole told me to do.
Yeah, I did check. We did a can check before they arrived to set, and I remember them finding things in the cans.
I found a needle and everyone was like, oh God. Like,
yeah, I was mortified because we were checking things for safety beforehand, but then there was this you know, this
It's
unknown,
life.
yeah, you just, stuff happens. It's like, oh gosh, we didn't find the one can that had needle in it.
That is excellent. And Nicole, I understand this is your, your featured directorial debut. How was that? How was that experience, and how did you handle the night shoots for this?
Oh, the night shoots. I mean, the experience. I mean, I sort of, got my ass handed to me. I mean, it's, it's shooting like your first film, like this low budget film in 18 days in the middle of a blizzard on film. I mean, I checked every box for most difficult first feature film. So, I mean, it's got to be up from here in terms of how hard it was. But I also knew a lot of that going into it. Like, I didn't expect it to be easy at all, given the material and what the story is and how I wanted to make it. But the night shoots, I mean, we wanted everything to be dark. I didn't want you to be able to see detail in the background or anything like that. So, I absolutely made a decision early on that we're not going to shoot digitally at night. We're going to shoot on film for the night shoots as well for this particular film, so that you don't see any of that detail at all. And then really have those night scenes come together through sound.
Absolutely. And Jessica, I'm throwing off one last question to you, and because I spoke to you before, and I think you have a lovely English accent, but how easy was it to drop that accent and pick up that Midwestern accent for this film?
It was difficult at first because I had never, it was difficult because I'd never heard of it before. I'd never met anybody from Ohio. I've never been to Ohio. It's not something that you hear a lot. And a lot of the sounds in it make you want to go really southern with it, which is wrong. So it was hard. Like, you have to, like, it's an accent where you think, your brain thinks that you're doing something else, and then you have to, like, restrain yourself from it. You have to concentrate at the beginning, but then once you've got it, like, hopefully, you've got it. We worked with a dialect coach called Wendy Overly, who I'd worked with before on Jungle Land. And this really amazing, sweet woman who basically did like every movie that you've seen that came out of Massachusetts. Every Ben Affleck movie. She did Manchester by the Sea, and she passed away at the end of last year from cancer, so she didn't get to see the movie. But I know that she was so proud to be on this movie, and, she believed in it so much. So really, it was Wendy. Wendy worked with all of us.
Excellent. Well, ladies, hey, congratulations for Holler, and thank you for speaking to us about this lovely film.
Thank you so much. Thanks for supporting us.
Thank you.